Hi, I'm Christine Olson here with your connection and a look at what's happening in North Texas. We're going to start with a look at the weather because some changes are on the way.
Yeah.
Kevan Smith is here, so what's going on?
88 there on the horizon. But you did note it, at least on the tower cams, everything's green across North Texas because we're well over an inch, at least into the surplus at DFW. We're going to add to that in my forecast here in a bit. Take a look at what's happening with the surface analysis. High pressure is off to the east of us, but notice the storm system is to the west and northwest, and that will track in during the next 24 to 48 hours with that chance of severe weather. Also, a dry line taking shape to the west of it, separating the moist air from the dry air. So when you wake up on your Thursday morning, it will be mostly cloudy. Rain chances at 20%, increasing to 30% as we travel toward around noon. Now, the time frame around 4, 5, 6 p.m., notice the rain chances up to 60%. That's when we'll see the possibility of severe weather across North Texas. And then we do have that slight risk for severe weather. That is a level 2. And now you folks in Lamar County are under a level 3. That is an enhanced risk for severe weather, potential for some damaging winds, large hail, flash flooding, and a few tornadoes. Everyone tomorrow afternoon and evening, stay weather aware. Now, as soon as that moves through, rain chances will drop down to 40%. A cold front will move in. Rain chances will go back up early into Friday morning. Another lull as we travel toward Friday morning, and then another round will move in by Friday afternoon. Rain chances back up to 60% and then drier as we push toward Friday. And we could see 1 to 2 inches of rainfall across North Texas. Christy and everyone. Of course, Rick, Adrian, and myself will keep you ahead of the storms on tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. 4 Dallas police officers have to take sensitivity training after a veteran who's living with disabilities said they mocked him after he didn't make it to the bathroom and wet himself. The city's oversight board reviewed the incident that happened last June. The officers were reprimanded by the department. Dynell Lane, a retired Army sergeant, says he was wounded during deployment to Afghanistan and Kuwait and had surgeries on his legs. A developer wants to renovate an old building in Fort Worth's historic North Side, but excitement has turned to worry for several neighbors who recently received a rezoning letter in the mail. Tahira Rahman explains.
In Fort Worth's historic North Side, an old building on Main Street is getting a makeover.
They'd love for a restaurant, an anchor restaurant. They'd love for some retail.
The development across the street from the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce may also include apartments on the top floor. Chamber President Annette Landeros says they've had regular contact with the company, Transwestern.
They're talking about really innovative ways to allow different types of businesses, Hispanic-owned businesses, to come and participate.
It also includes a rezoning request to high-intensity mixed-use development.
Some neighbors are concerned not about the impact this might have on this building, but on the other side of it.
This is awesome. This right here, we don't support.
The rezoning request includes 3 residential properties on Commerce Street, where neighbors received these notices.
And as soon as we saw it, we became concerned.
Richard Perez lives about a block away and is worried about what a high-density project could look like next door.
The zoning that would change the parking lot there, that could be up to a 5 to 10-story structure.
He's petitioned other neighbors to help keep this area residential.
So it doesn't become this congested part of the city. Basically, the neighborhood is not erased with these taller structures.
The Hispanic Chamber is now setting up a meeting so that neighbors like Perez can address their concerns with the developer directly. As the area changes, Perez just wants to make sure that any makeover also preserves the North Side's history, which his own family has been a part of since the 1940s.
So we have a lot of history roots here, and they need to understand how we feel about it.
Tahira Rahman, NBC5.
Community support and an insurance company's sheer determination combine for something good for kids who raise, show, and sell lambs. Ladies on the Lamb is a nonprofit in Fort Worth whose members are businesswomen and entrepreneurs with one goal: buy lambs. The women raise money to support the Texas 4-H and FFA young men and women who raise, show, and sell lambs at stock shows. A local insurance company submitted their work in a contest and got the ladies a $5,000 donation. They then doubled that amount in an online voting contest. Thank you so much for catching up with The Connection.